All right, let's start with some vocal warm-ups. While you guys enjoy some AI art I've made over the past year, I'll practice talking. Red leather, yellow leather, 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 red leather, yellow leather. Good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood, good blood, bad blood. Unique New York, 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 unique New York. Toy boat, 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 toy boat. 11 benevolent elephants, 11 benevolent elephants, 11 benevolent elephants, 11 benevolent elephants. I am a thistle shift. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on that slitted sheet I sit. I am a thistle sifter. I have 7 sieves of unsifted thistles, and 7 sieves of sifted thistles, for I am a thistle sifter. Amidst the mists of fiercest frosts, with barest wrists and stoutest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. Oh, what to do today, at a minute or two to two, a thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do, for they'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat, a tat-a-tat-too, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum, at a minute or two to two today, at a minute or two to two. One hen, 2 ducks. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 limerick oysters. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 limerick oysters, 6 pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 limerick oysters, 6 pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array, 8 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 9 apathetic, diabetic, sympathetic old men on roller skates, with a marked propensity for procrastination and sloth. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping, and amicably welcoming him in. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping, and amicably welcoming him in. Every single syllable I speak upon the stage has been specifically scientifically selected to stimulate the sections of your cerebrum that set and sustain a certain satisfying psychological state. Give me the gift of a grip-top sock, a drip-drape, ship-shape, tip-top sock, not your spiv-slick, slapstick, slip-slop stock, but a plastic, elastic grip-top sock. None of your fantastic slack swap-slop from a slapdash, flash-cash, haberdash shop, not a knick-knack. Knitlock, knock-kneed, knickerbocker sock with a mock-shot, blob-modeled trick-tick-tocker clock. Not a rucked-up, puckered-up, flop-top sock. Not a super-sheer, seersucker, puka-sack smock sock. Not a spot-speckled, frog-freckled, sheep-chic sock off a hotch-potch, moss-blotched, botch scotch block. Nothing slip-slop, drip-drop, flip-flop, or clip-clop. Tip me a tip-top, grip-top sock. All right. 30 seconds till showtime. Let's have some fun, everybody. Seems to like that picture quite a bit. How odd. All right. 10 seconds till we start the show. I gotta pick something real quick. Here we go. And here we go. Good morning, world. How the heck are you? I hope you're doing all right. I'm Johnny Millwater. Uh-oh, didn't work again. Let's turn it off, turn it back on. One of these days. And back to the center. There we go. Everything's fine. Good morning. Thanks for being here. I'm here in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. It's about 75 degrees outside. It's a nice sunny day. It's a great way to spend a Sunday. I missed you last week, to be honest with you. I had a little bit of a crash. I meet after I taped these with my friend, and he canceled. He was having some family troubles. You know, not a big deal, but for some reason it affected me and made me not even want to come to the place, so I didn't even do a show last week. Hopefully I'll never miss one again because of weak emotional problems. I felt bad the whole week because of it. But I feel good this week. I think we got a lot of fun to be had. I got some great stuff picked out for you. So let's take a look in the chat. Very nice. So far, we got nobody. Let me do a quick test one. Hi. Uh-oh. We've run into problems, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I know what's wrong. Hold on. I can fix this. See, this is the difference between real show business and streaming, is we have all these adventures. Anything can happen when you're streaming, for crying out loud. Let's see. Disc makers, no thank you. All bookmarks, here we are. Streaming. Johnny's Happy Pace Twitch. Uh-oh, not there, not there. Why not there? All right, fine. We'll try it again, see how it goes. I say hi. You say hi. Still nothing yet. That's all right. We'll give it a second and we'll figure it out. Oh, there we go. We got a whole bunch from Shayna, but it's not showing up on the screen yet. That's very odd. So hopefully we'll take a minute. And that is my head rotating over there on the right side. It's the three voices of fate. Give me just a minute to see if I can figure out what I'm doing here. We're going to turn off the chat, turn it back on. All right. We got the big chat over here, not showing up on the screen. And let's see. We'll turn this off. Turn it off. Turn it back on. And we'll try again. Keep trying. Keep trying to say hi. Don't give up, Shane. I see that you're there. Let's see. This is fun. Hi again. All right, very odd. I'm going to try closing that and opening it back up. You know, I wish that this was something I could test before the stream starts, but unfortunately it's not. And since so much of our show today is talking to you, the folks at home, I want to make sure I get this right. So we're adding a doc. The doc is the fancy chat. Boom. There we go. And here. Hello. I did all that art. Thank you so much for asking. I'll just tell you what right now, what she says. Hello. I'll say hi. All right. Still nothing. All right. Well, we'll do our best to make it work for now. Let's see. The Facebook chat is off. Remote wall. Okay, nothing to be done. Let's see. I believe Shayna. Here, I'm just going to read you what Shayna said so far. This is very weird. I don't understand why it's giving me the business. Two of them here. Get rid of that one. Very nice. Now, Shayna said so far, I love all the art. Who did all that art? I did all that art on various levels of AI and Photoshop. And hello! Glad you're here, Shayna. Thank you for coming. I'm referring to the art that wasn't mine. I don't think I put any art that's yours in the pre-show. I try to take the hedgehog out, and I think everything else, I like to use yours in the actual show, like the happy place down there, and all the various colors and stuff. I'm so sorry. It is my head rotating. Who's that? It says hi. Oh, it's me. Okay, good. That worked. I have an upset stomach today. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm happy to be here. Got great things for upset stomachs. Take a little bit of almond milk. I am feeling much better this week, and I was also sad that there was no show last week. Oh, man, why are you giving me the business? I don't understand. Not you, the chat. Tell you what, let's start the show, and we'll see if anything works when we switch pages, okay? Let's spin the wheel. Oh, there you go, Shakespeare. That won't take long. Meet me at the Shakespeare stage. All right, still nothing in the chat. Let's turn it off, turn it back on. And I will double check. 2773. Let's see if I can't get it to work that way. Still nothing. All right. Well, stand by and I will read what you say after I do some Shakespeare. Here we go. So far, it's just Shayna and myself, and I'm thrilled to see us both. Let's do this thing. This is Sonnet number 34 by William Shakespeare. Mine eye hath played the painter, and hath stelled thy beauty's form in table of my heart. My body is the frame wherein 'tis held, and perspective, it is the painter's art. For through the painter must you see his skill, to find where your true image pictured lies, which in my bosom's shop is hanging still, that hath windows glazed with thine eyes. Now see what good turns eyes for eyes have done. Mine eyes have drawn thy shape, and thine, for me, are windows to my breast, where through the sun delights to peep, to gaze therein on thee. Yet eyes this cunning want to grace their art. They draw but what they see, and know not the heart. Nice. Still nothing over here. All right, how we fix this? I don't know. All right, well, let's spin the wheel. Joke, good deal. Meet me in the comedy club. That's what that is. All right, let's see. Got a couple of street jokes for you. Let's see if you like them. Feel free to share your own. This is a terrible joke. How did the farmer fix his overalls? With a cabbage patch. Hey. What do you get when you cross an elephant and a fish? Swimming trunks. Swimming trunks. Oh, that's fun. All right, let's spin the wheel. Wait a minute. I got a couple things that have been said by our lovely friend Shayna. Let's see what she said. Shayna has pointed out Shayna said she was sad there was no show last week, and then she said she was looking forward to seeing me on Tuesday at the New Materials Show. I'm also very excited about that. I always loved the New Materials Show. I only did it once under the old host. I wasn't a big fan of him. But the new host and producer is Jason Allen King, who is one of my former students, I'm proud to say, and has surpassed me in every measurable way. He's now one of my heroes, and I'm thrilled to work with him every chance I get. So a lot of my favorites are in that show. It's going to be a great time, and I look forward to seeing you there. It was also great to see you at the show at Bizart. The Candle Linguini show was brilliant and hilarious. Let's go talk about the Candle. Here, maybe at the Chat Chalet. All right, let's see what we got here. Candle Linguini. Let's talk about it. Yeah, Jason Allen King was, he was one of my students. I was there with him the first time he was ever on a stand-up stage. It was a great pleasure. He's quite brilliant. All right, here we go. Still nothing in this. Ah, well. Weird. You can see the chat below. Dad, are you in here? Let me know. So let's talk about Candle Linguini. We went and saw a show at Bizart for Shayna's birthday. As a matter of fact, last week's entire show was going to be a Shayna show because it was her birthday. I had a whole bunch of stuff picked up, but I couldn't get my heart into doing it. Just getting out of the... Anyway, it doesn't matter why. The point is we had a great time. Shayna got me out of the house, went to Bizart, one of my favorite. It's like a little 60-seater. It's just a beautiful little theater. And a wonderful combination of people called Candle Linguini, whose real names escape me at the moment. I think of them as some guy and Paul Platt's mom, who wrote an entire hour of songs about a cult that is based around vampire pasta. And they executed comedy in between each song, and it was really rather impressive. It was impressive. First of all, I loved it just because I monster crush on Paul Platt's mom. She's just, if I knew her real name, I'd call her by her real name, but in my head, she's Paul Platt's mom, and I could watch her do anything for hours. She's just amazing, and just very, very charismatic and funny, and reminds me of like 3 or 4 of my favorite actresses from the 80s. She's the coolest. And her partner, also great face, always interesting. Many fun songs, lots of things to do to, kind of interactive. That's what I'm looking for. It was wonderfully interactive, and I enjoyed it a lot. What about you? Oh, here we go. Shayna says that I bought one of the Candle Linguini shirts. Says, asked me about my cult. Very kind of you. I'm so impressed they have, if that was really their first time putting that show through, that's a lot of merch. That's a lot of money to put in for the first time through. Again, I really, really admire how they dove in with both feet in such an interesting idea. Daniel Jackson is the fella. He's the other half of Carl Linguini. So it's Daniel Jackson and Paul Platt's mom, whose name escapes me. I believe it's Adrienne Johnson, maybe, but I'm not positive. But she is amazing, and I would go and see that show again. So I look forward to seeing what they do next. I'd also wonder if they might be able to do a short set in some of the shows I do, because I love, I'm a big fan of musical comedy, and I'm a big fan of anything that's not somebody standing behind a mic just talking, although I like that too. So I was very inspired and very happy, and then I had to get the hell out of there. That was really, really fun. All right, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to open it again. I'm getting frustrated. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do if I can't see what you're saying, Shayna. You're the glue that holds the show together. Hold on. Here we go. Let's try again. There's the chat. Whoops. Wrong thing. This is not going to be a great show on the rewatch. All right. Let's try one more time. Streaming. Johnny's Happy Place chat. There you go. Okay. Still nothing. Well, we tried. Let's keep going. Let's spin the wheel, see what happens next. All right. let's do Prose. Meet me in the Prose library. All right, we got some Mark Twain for you here. Mark Twain wrote his autobiography and asked for it to be published 100 years after his death. This is the introduction to that autobiography. I thought it might be fun to do as a character piece. So, here we go. This is the introduction to Mark Twain's autobiography. I intend this autobiography shall become a model for all future autobiographies when it is published and after my death. And I also intend that it shall be read and admired by a good many centuries because of its form and method. A form and method whereby the past and the present are constantly brought face to face, resulting in contrasts which newly fire up the interest all along, like contact of flint on steel. Moreover, this autobiography of mine does not select from my life its showy episodes, but deals mainly in the common experiences which go to make up the life of the average human being. Because these episodes are short, and they're sort of familiar with their own life, his own life reflected and set down in print. The usual, conventional autobiographer seems to be particularly out of those occasions in his career when he came into contact with celebrated persons, whereas his contact with the uncelebrated were just as interesting to him and would be to his reader, and were vastly more numerous than his collisions with the famous. Howells was here yesterday, and I told him this whole scheme of this autobiography and its apparently systemless system, only apparently systemless, for it is not really that. It is a deliberate system, and the law of the system is that I shall talk about the matter which for the moment interests me, and cast it aside and talk about something else the moment its interest for me is exhausted. It is a system which follows no charted course, and is not going to follow any such charted course. It is a system which is a complete and purposed jumble, a course which begins nowhere, follows no specified route, and can never reach an end while I'm alive, for the reason that if I should talk to the stenographer 2 hours a day for 100 years, I should never be able to set down a 10th part of that which has interested me in my lifetime. I told Howells that this autobiography of mine would live a couple thousand years without any effort, and would then take a fresh start and live the rest of the time. He said he believed it would, and he asked me if I meant to make a library of it. I said that was my design, but that if I should live long enough, the set of volumes could not be contained merely in a city. It would be require an estate, and that there would be not any multi-billionaire alive, perhaps at any time during its existence, who would be able to buy a full set, except on the installment plan. Howells applauded and was full of praises and endorsements, which was wise in him and judicious. If he had manifested a different spirit, I would have thrown him out the window. I like criticism, but it must be my way. There we go. One. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, is that going? Nice. Meet me at the campfire. Let's see. Shana had a couple things to say. Always interesting. Shana said, here we go. She loved the show in Vizart. She bought one of the Candle Linguini shirts. I'm sure it looks fantastic. Daniel Jackson is the other half of Candle Linguini. He's a really good guy. And I was impressed with the whole show and their merchandise. They are very interested in performing again, but they need a little guidance on that. Maybe I'd be thrilled to give them any guidance they want. Seems like they know what they're doing. But, yeah, I'll definitely, I'd be thrilled. I'll reach out. I think they do. Actually, I'd prefer if they reach out to me. I think they do great at a comedy festival or maybe a Fringe festival or something. Absolutely. I know Paul and his father have done a show at the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh several years, so she knows the contacts and the deal there. But yeah, wherever they want to go, I want them to go there. Then Shayna said, Daniel told me he's open to ideas on how to take it to the next level. Well, we'll keep thinking about that. I hope I'm not saying too much about it. I just want to help. No, I'm interested. I love that show, and I like them both. I really, really love when people commit to an idea and just plow. Just go and go and go and go. It's so much fun to see. It was great to see Debbie at the Toyota dealership the other day. What a coincidence that was. Yeah, for the folks at home, Shayna was texting me the other day from a Toyota dealership. She was reading a book I gave her for her birthday. And at the same time, my wife Debbie was at the same Toyota dealership. She had just gotten off of work, working a 10-hour shift or 12-hour shift over at the hospital, and she was taking her car to get the tires changed. And you guys ran into each other. I didn't hear anything about the conversation. What'd you talk about? How'd it go? Debbie has such a gentle spirit. There's something so calm and kind about her that I love so much. I feel exactly the same way. I just love to be with her. Just sitting in the same room is, you know how sunshine feels on your skin, right? That warmth. Being with Debbie's like that. I love that book you gave me. I'm so very glad to hear it. Love John Cleese. He's brilliant. All right, now that we got all that wrapped up, I'll close this out here, see if I can't get it out the way. Okay. Oh, that'll help. Nice. Let us do a Zen koan. Got a whole bunch of them for you. This is a nice short one. You're going to like this one. This is Zen koan number 70, 70, the most valuable thing in the world. So Zan, a Chinese Zen master, was asked by a student, "What is the most valuable thing in the world?" The master replied, "The head of a dead cat." The head of a dead cat is the most valuable thing in the world? Why? Because no one can name its price. Something to think about. That was fun. All right, let's spin the wheel. Wisdom! Lovely! Meet, let's lay down some wisdom from on high. I've got wisdom from Camus, and I got wisdom from Marianne. So let's do the Camus. I like Camus. Spelled, this is wisdom from Albert Camus, spelled C-A-M-U-S, future Johnny. In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found that there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy, for it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back. Nice. Just messaged my dad, thank you. Trying to encourage him to join us. Well, I hope he makes it. Let's see. Whoop, that's me. Hi, sorry. Check out the chat. Still nothing. So weird. I'm really bothered by that. I absolutely love the idea that anyone can be creative. I feel exactly the same way. All you have to do is make the time. I love the simplicity of that book. I've given it as a gift to 7 or 8 of my favorite creative people. You just set the time, make it happen, and watch. It's awesome. In a place and a time. That's it. Cool. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, Paul Platt said you gave the book to him. I did. Yeah, Paul's one of my favorites too. Acapella. Meet me in the Acapella Library. All right. I got the lyrics or I got a song. Let me sing a song. Feeling playful. Well, still looks cool, right? I don't know what it means. When it's blank, it's kind of cool. All right, let's do a song. This is my favorite musician. Let's see, we could do Flowing Prose by the Beastie Boys or Ben Folds. Let's do Ben Folds. It's a song by Ben Folds about thinking that you're cool. It's called There's Always Someone Cooler Than You. I love this song. Smile like you've got nothing to prove. No matter what you might do, there's always someone out there cooler than you. I know it's hard to believe, but there are people you meet. They're into something that is too big to be expressed through their clothes, and they'll put up with all the poses you throw, and you won't even know that they're not sizing you up. They know your mom fucked you up, or maybe let you watch too much TV. But they'll still look in your eyes to find the human inside. You know there's always something in there to see. Beneath the veneer, not everybody made the list this year. Have a beer. Make me feel tiny if it makes you feel tall, but now there's always someone cooler than you. Yeah, you're the shit, but you won't be it for long. Oh yeah, there's always someone cooler than you. Yeah, there's always someone cooler than you. Now that I've got the disease, in a way I'm relieved, 'cause I don't have to stress about it like you do. I might just get up and dance, or wear some acid wash pants. If I don't care, then I've got nothing to lose. And I won't hesitate, 'cause every moment life is slipping away. It's okay. Make me feel tiny if it makes you feel tall, because there's always someone cooler than you. Yeah, you're the shit, but you won't be it for long, because there's always someone cooler than you. Yeah, there's always someone cooler than you. Yeah, there's always someone cooler than. Life is wonderful. Life is beautiful. We're all children of one big universe. So you don't have to be a chump. Nice. Great song. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, there's some more in the chat. Here we go. I've got a secondary method now. I won't get it up on the screen, but at least I can see it. Let's see. It says, Dad is here. Thank you very much. Appreciate the invitation. Shayna, I love that you're a big Beastie Boys fan. I absolutely love it. I went to a really cool I want to hear about that. Hey, good you got to see your No Doubt Gwen Stefani people. I know you're a big fan of that particular cover band. Tell me all about it. And a Nirvana tribute band. I love Nirvana. I should do some of their lyrics. They're very interesting to read out of context now that I think about it. I danced, jumped the whole 3 hours. Oh, man, we're in our 40s now. We can't be doing that. And my body is paying for it a little bit at a time. It's paying for it a little bit. There's always someone cooler than us? No way. No doubt. No doubt at all. And we'll be back here in a little while to do some Beastie Boys. Let's spin the wheel. Hi, Dad. I missed you. Hope you're doing all right. Ooh, monologue. Meet me in the theater. Got a couple of good monologues this week picked out for you. This first one is an adaptation, as a matter of fact. I've never seen it acted, but I saw it as a meme. And it's written in the first person as if someone's talking, so I thought it'd be an interesting way to do an old man character in a monologue. So this monologue is called Great Things Have Happened by Alden, A-L-D-E-N, Nowlan, N-O-W-L-A-N. And I'll be doing an old man character. We were talking about great things that have happened in our lifetime.
times, and I said, "Oh, I suppose the moon landing was the greatest thing that ever happened in my time, but, of course, we were all lying. The truth is the moon landing didn't mean 1/10 as much to me as one night in 1963, when we lived in a 3-room flat in what had once been the mansion of some Victorian merchant prince. Our kitchen had been a clothes closet, I'm sure, on a street where by now nobody lived who could afford to live anywhere else. That night, the 3 of us, Claudine, Johnny, and me, we woke up 4:30 in the morning and ate cinnamon toast together. Is that all? I hear somebody ask. Oh, but we were silly with sleepiness, and under our windows the street cleaners were working their machines and conversing in Italian, and everything was strange without being threatening. Even the tea kettle whistled differently than in the daytime. It was like the feeling you get sometimes in the country you've never visited before, where the bread doesn't taste quite the same. The butter is a small adventure, and they put paprika on the table instead of pepper. Except that there was nobody in this country except the 3 of us, half tipsy with the wonder of being alive and wholly enveloped in love. Lovely. Alden Nowlan. Well, we got some more chats. Here we go. Glad you could join us. Hello, my children. Weird. Where are the Millwater sisters? I don't know. Doing things. Kim's probably working. Stephanie's probably working too. I'm excited for the Green Day concert. That's tomorrow night. Oh, wow. You got a lot of concerts this week. Very, very cool. I would invite you to join me. Remember, you said I wasn't a huge fan. I got nothing against Green Day, but it's hard to get me to go to a concert. I'll tell you that. I have to love them a lot to go see a concert. All right. All right, all caught up. Let's spin the wheel. I do have brothers. Poem to the let's go to the poetry corner. Weird. That's where if you're just joining us, that's where the chat would go if things were going smoothly. I did not see the Beastie Boy. Okay, a couple questions we have before I start. One, do I have brothers? Yes, I have 2 half-brothers, so 1 whole brother. I have 1 whole brother and 2 half-brothers. Andrew and Tim are my half-brothers, and James Jr., Jimmy, is my brother. There you go. I have not been to a Beastie Boys concert, but I have been to, I think, 8 Ben Folds concerts and 4 Bare Naked Ladies concerts, because they rule. And 1 Candle Linguini, so you know they must be pretty good. All right. Let me read you a poem I picked out. I think you're going to enjoy this. We have... Oh, this is fun. This is from an old English comedian. The impression I get is he used to close out his show with this. I quite like it. It's not long, but it's very cute. This is Smiling by Spike Milligan. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I walked around the corner and someone saw me grin. When he smiled, I realized I had passed it on to him. I thought about the smile and then realized its worth. A single smile like mine could travel round the earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Start an epidemic and get the world infected. Lovely. Spike Milligan. You're a big English comedy fan, Dad. Are you familiar with Spike Milligan? Not likely. I'd love my brothers to join us too, but I don't think it's very likely. How are you, Dad? That's a good question. I haven't seen you yet. And while we're here, why don't we do a first concert, best concert? That's always fun. My first concert, and I'd love it if you play at home, my first concert was when Dad and Mom took me to go see Kenny Rogers
and Dolly Parton. Fantastic show. Islands of the Stream tour. And the best concert I ever saw was a Ben Folds 5 Bare Naked Ladies double bill right in Charlotte on my birthday. Pretty exciting. So Ben Folds 5 had reunited, and Bare Naked Ladies was on the tour. It's called the Best Summer Ever Tour, and that was a fantastic show. The lead singer for Bare Naked Ladies had a different guitar for every single song. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. Now, Shayna's first concert was that 90s band live. I don't remember live. No, I don't remember any of their songs, but sounds like a good time. Was it a good show? Always curious. And what was the best? While you think about that, let's spin the wheel. Lightning Crashes. Nice. I don't remember that song, but that's a great title. Roses and Thorns. Nice. Meet me in the chat. Let's talk about our Roses and Thorns. Let's see. Roses and Thorns this week. This week, I spent a lot of time with the kids and with the dogs. The dogs, I'm still working really hard on training them. Now I watched a couple of videos, and what you're supposed to do with dogs is you're supposed to take them out every half hour. So that's what I've been doing all day, every day. I've been taking them out every half hour. I set an alarm at night, and I take them out every half hour, and it's getting a little bit better. Where fewer poops and fewer troubles at home. So that's a rose. The dogs are rambunctious, but God, I love them. Sometimes I fall asleep in my lap, and that's better than a standing ovation. It's fantastic. It just makes me so terribly, terribly happy. Orion and I had daddy-son breakfast, but Charlotte crashed daddy-son breakfast. She came along as well, and then Mom came home, and she crashed daddy-son breakfast, and we had family breakfast over at the Sunflower, which is my favorite restaurant in the world, and that made me wonderfully happy. That was nice. And I watched a couple movies with Charlotte. We watched Don't Look Up. I didn't think she'd stick it out, but she really enjoyed Don't Look Up on Netflix, which is a wonderful film. I've seen 5 or 6 times. I highly recommend it. No Doubt was probably your favorite. All Is Well for the Old Man and the Cat. Glad to hear that. No Doubt was probably my favorite concert. Glad you got to see the real them, too. And I'm glad the dogs are pooping less in the house. Yes, pooping and peeing less. We were getting better at cleaning it up. It's getting better all the time. Don't Look Up, very disturbing, but very funny. That's the sweet spot for me. I like a combination of disturbing and funny. That's just me. All right. Nice. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Dad, roses, thorns. Shayna, roses and thorns. Don't forget to tell me all that stuff. Oh, Your Honor. Great show. Just released on Netflix. Originally released on Showtime, but now it's on Netflix, starring Bryan Cranston and a great character actor whose name escapes me. But Bryan Cranston can do whatever he wants. He's just the best. He's another one. He's like Paul Platt's mom. I could watch him do anything. He's just that good. So check out Your Honor. That's a great show. All right, let's. I look at the screen and it's just weird. It's weird. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, Shakespeare. Excellent. Meet me at the Shakespeare table. Dad says his rose is that he's all alone, and his thorn is that he's all alone. Ambivalence. Thy name is loneliness. All right, Shakespeare. I have picked. Oh, here we go. Today we're doing Richard III. I love this one. I'm a big fan of Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's done my favorite Richard III so far, although Ian McKellen did a fantastic one. So I'm going to hunch over a little bit. I'm going to do the whole thing, so forgive me if I look silly, but this is one of my favorites. Okay. Now is the winter of our discontent, made glorious summer by this son of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up for monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings, our dreadful marches to delightful measures.
Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of lute. But I, that am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking glass, I, that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty, to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I, that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated by feature, by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I hold by them. Why, I, in this weak piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away the time, unless to spy my shadow in the sun, and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover, to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Yeah, I say. That's fun. Nice. Oh, we got a couple new comments. Let's talk about them. Let's see. Rose, you know Edward Press is working? I'm really, really glad to hear that. That's huge. Glad you're moving in the right direction, and I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. That's wonderful. You want to give a number? You want to do a 5 or a 6 or something, or 4, 3? Steady 4's pretty good. Another Rose, I saw a great comedy show hosted by J.D. Caldwell, one of my former students, and Ryan Van Gender, one of my former students. Each comedian on stage after the sets. It was an interesting format where they roast celebrities, and then the host comes in and interacts with each comedian on stage after their sets. All right. Well, do you remember which, do you, by any chance, remember which celebrities they roasted? I'm interested. The one to work with Ryan forever. Dad said his is called Bourbon. That's his antidepressant, and it works considerably well, I'm sure. All right. I like your roses and thorns. Okay, all caught up. Let's spin the wheel. Joke! Nice! Haven't got any jokes from you, Shayna. I miss them. To the comedy club. Usually that doesn't matter. All right, the technicals, it doesn't matter. Here's some magic for us right here. All right, what do you call... Say, what do you call 2 spiders that were recently married? Newlywebs. Newlywebs. Hey! Where do crayons go on vacation? Colorado. Oh, here we go. This will be fun. Aw, I know I'm not a celebrity, but I was hoping they might roast me since my birthday was the following day. That would have been nice, I suppose, but roasting someone it's dangerous. Roasting strangers is actually pretty smart. Roasting celebrities that aren't there is the best it's the best format of roasting I've heard so far. I just think it's dangerous. And God knows, I remember a lot of roast jokes people have made about me. What kind of bear is the most condescending? My feelings would have gotten hurt for sure. What kind of bear is the most condescending? Pander bear? Is it a pander bear? Because that's what my sister calls me. She calls me Pander Bear. Oh, Panda Bear. Okay, I'll record it. Which bear is the most condescending? Panda. Fun. All right, all caught up. Let's spin the wheel. Prose! Nice, I got some prose for you picked out. Meet me in the prose library. Now, you know, from time to time, I like to read things that are written about writing. And this is John Steinbeck's essay about his methodology and recommendations for writing. So I hope you enjoy it. This is John Steinbeck on writing. Now, let me give you the benefit of my experience in facing 400 pages of blank stock, the appalling stuff that must be filled. I know that no one really wants the benefit of anyone's experience, which is probably why it's offered so freely. But the following are some of the things I've had to do to keep from going nuts. Abandon the idea that you are ever going to finish. Lose track of the 400 pages and write just one page for each day. It helps. Then, when it's finished, you're always surprised. Write freely and as rapidly as possible and throw the whole thing on paper. Never correct or rewrite until the whole thing is down. Rewriting in process is usually found to be an excuse for not going on. It also interferes with the flow and rhythm, which can only come from a kind of unconscious association with the material. Forget your generalized audience. In the first place, the nameless, faceless audience will scare you to death. And in the second place, unlike the theater, it doesn't exist. In writing, your audience is always one single reader. Sometimes it helps to pick out one person, a real person you know, or an imagined person, and write to that one. If a scene or a section gets the better of you and you still think you want it, bypass it and go on. When you have finished the whole, you can go back and then you might find the reason it gave you trouble is because it didn't belong right there. Beware of a scene that becomes too dear to you, dearer than the rest. It will usually be found that it is out of drawing. If you are using dialogue, say it aloud as you write it. Only then will it have the sound of speech. Excellent advice. Oh, here's some more DJ. Shanna said, speaking of bears, the koala should be classified as a bear. It has all the qualifications. It's the cutest infestation ever. This is fun. Oh, here we go. What's a dog's favorite city? Dog's favorite city. Let's see. Large U.S. city, East Coast. Probably something to do with bark, bone, Pennsylvania. I don't know. What is a dog's favorite city? I'm interested. New Yorkie. Oh, my God. Woo! Not re-recording that one. All right. Oh, New Yorkie. Oh, let's spin the wheel. Oh, all the qualifications. I enjoyed that. Oh, Zen Koan, nice. Let's see if we can't learn something. There we go. This is Zen Koan, number 72, The Blockhead Lord. Two Zen teachers, Daigu and Gudo, were invited to visit a lord. Upon arriving, Gudo said to the lord, "You are wise by nature and have an inborn ability to learn Zen." "Nonsense," said Daigu. "Why do you flatter this blockhead? He may be a lord, but he doesn't know anything of Zen." So, instead of building a temple for Gudo, the Lord built it for Daigu and studied Zen with him. I think that lesson is don't be a dick. Ooh, here's a good one. Speaking of dogs, what breed of dog loves to take baths? Something to do with soaker? I don't know. What kind of dog loves to take baths? A shampoodle. God, that's awful. A shampoodle, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're looking for. It's a shampoodle. I'm going to spin the wheel. Let's never speak of this again. Oh, mercy. That is getting worse, right? A couple of them are all right. Those particular ones, whew. Wisdom, nice. Let's lay down some wisdom for mine. I have got for you something I picked out. This is just straight off of a meme, as a matter of fact, but I liked it and I wanted to share it. This is some wisdom from Marianne Williamson. A tulip doesn't strive to impress anyone. It doesn't struggle to be different than a rose. It doesn't have to. It is different. And there's room in the garden for every flower. You didn't have to struggle to make your face different than anyone else's on earth. It just is. You are unique because you were created that way. Look at little children in kindergarten. They're all different without trying to be. As long as they're unselfconsciously being themselves, they can't help but shine. It's only later, when children are taught to compete, to strive, to be better than others, that their natural light becomes distorted. That's from her book, A Year of Miracles. I enjoyed it. Don't call them dad jokes. I would never tell one. That's fair. I'm a dad, and I'd tell a couple of them, but not those. Shampoodle? Whoo! Doctor. Now, Shayna says that whoever published this dad joke book thought these jokes were worthy of being included in the book. We can talk about that process, but let's roll the dice instead. You got to dance on stage that night dressed as a banana? Which night? Was that the night of the concert? You have a banana? You have your own banana costume? Okay, I got lots of questions. Meet me in the Acapella Library. Come on in. It's a song. I am familiar with Hollaback Girl, yes. I ain't no Hollaback Girl. I don't even know what the words are. I ain't no Hollaback Girl. Ain't no Hollaback Girl. You have to send me the lyrics, I'll read it. Your life is a wild whirl. You know it's true. Shana, you got a lot going on. Don't doubt yourself. Here we go. All right, let's do a Beastie Boys song, because I love the Beastie Boys. This isn't a rock and rapping song. This is a little bit more introspective. I think it was written by MCA. This song is entitled Flowing Prose, and it's by the Beastie Boys. Here we go. I'm flowing prose to cons, and cons to prose. I'm scheming rhyme against reason like it was a flow, against no, but beyond the concepts and emotions that rise to the interconnectedness that underlies. The lies upon lies have lost their meaning. The plies upon plies of consciousness that is being over and over I fall. I learn to walk from a crawl. It's not sad, it's just the way and the purpose of it all. Now every word that you heard that I said that you felt was put in place in the space, as they were, shuffled and dealt. I steal feels from reels, but I pay my respects, paying compliments and disses and deciphering effects. Words are water as I quarter, and she is pristine. Words and mics fall to dust, and all that's left is the feelings. I give in, and I win. I try to never complain. Intentions venture to center, and then they set the stage.
But I'll remain sane, making gain without pain, staining trains with names, and driving lanes to the refrain, and keep it positive as painstaking as it is. I'll never turn back, 'cause that's the way I've got to live. I'll never turn back, 'cause that's the way I've got to live. So like a cloud carries rain, I'm going to carry my rhyme, coming like thunder with lightning timing. No hesitation and gestation of thoughts and plans, ferment time like wine, no ploys or scams, like the islands dot the oceans and the endless seas. Ideas coming to me in answer to my pleas. Woke up this morning, right out of a dream, reached for my pen and pad because my mind was on a rhyme scheme. What can I do? Ideas coming to me in answer to my pleas. Woke up this morning, right out of a dream, reached for my pen. What can I do with these bones and flesh, with these animated thoughts in a world repressed? I'm going down like the rhythms on the winds of change. I'm keeping calm under pressure like a deep sea range. I'm flowing prose to cons and cons to prose. I'm like Toucan Sam when I fall on my nose. I'm giving shouts to Gandhi, Wavy Gravy, and King, His Holiness, and all enlightening beings. I'll be the one who screams it on the microphone. I'll be the one who brings it inside your home, but the words ain't mine. I just pass them along. For Betty Williams and her friends I sing this song, and more ink from my pen and more tears from my eyes. And more crimes are committed as I say these lines. Oh, here we go. Life is a wild word. It says in the lyrics, this shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Nice. It's a no doubt song. How's Craig? We are. Thank you so much for asking. That's lovely. I'll tell you all about it. Craig is doing good. Craig is the one who canceled last week. He was having some family thing he had to work on, but he should be meeting me today, I'm hoping. As soon as this is over, we'll be working together. We have a date on the books. It's a Sunday in October. I believe it's October 13th. That's going to be at Visart. And so we can finally lock down the play. We got a song written. We've got a sketch. We've got a short film written, 40% written. The idea is all there now. We just have to put it down on paper. And the process is fun. I wish we could do it more often. I think he's having another open mic tomorrow. I don't know if you've been to his Matthews open mic yet, but I think you should go. It's really a good time. I'm excited about Craig, too. I really like working with that guy. We're the same age. Craig's the same age as you and I. So we get each other's references. It's a really nice flow. Thanks for asking. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, monologue. Nice. Made me the theater. Continuing with our theme this month, celebrating the life and work of the brilliant Bob Newhart, I would like to perform one of his classic bits. This is The Sailing of the USS Codfish by Bob Newhart. Here we go. We have a show in Chicago called The Silent Service, and it's about the submarines in peacetime and in war. They had one on about 2 weeks ago, and it dealt with this nuclear submarine that went around the world for 2 years and never pulled into port. It was sort of an endurance test for the sailors, to find out how they would react under these situations. And the whole thing was kind of summed up in the last 5 minutes by the captain of the submarine, and he gave an address to the crew just as they were about to surface after completing this 2-year trip, and it went something like this. Men, I know you're all anxious to be reunited with your loved ones, in some cases your wives. But we have a few moments before we surface, and I've just jotted down some things that I think are kind of important. I wouldn't take the time if I didn't. First of all, I think we ought to give the cooks a standing ovation for the wonderful job they've done so far. So if you men want to stand now, and let's really hear it for the cooks. I don't think you men realize the difficult problem it is aboard a submarine to, you men want to stand up now for the cooks? Come on. Now, man, let's let bygones be bygones, and let's hear it for the cooks. I am not going to surface until I hear it for the cooks. All right, that's a little better.
Before we add another, today, as we add another glorious page to the history of the USS Codfish, I think it's important that we reflect on some of the past glories of the Codfish. I don't know how many of you men know this, but the Codfish holds a record for the most Japanese tonnage sunk, being comprised of 5 freighters and 15 aircraft carriers. A truly enviable record. Unfortunately, they were sunk in 1954. However, it stands as the largest peacetime tonnage ever. So our voyage has received a lot of press in the newspaper, and I'd like to present our side of it. I think our firing on Miami Beach can best be termed ill-timed. It happened on what they call a slow news day, and I think it got a lot more coverage than it deserved, since it was, after all, the off-season down there. Men, I think you'll all agree I've been pretty lax as far as discipline is concerned, and golly, nobody enjoys a joke more than I do, but I would like the executive officer returned. Now we've looked in the torpedo tubes, and we've looked in your bags, and I mean, it's been over 2 weeks. And I just think we're damn lucky that it wasn't the navigational officers or someone real important like that. Looking back on the mutiny, I think a lot of the troubles stem from the fact that you men weren't coming to me with your problems. As I told you, the door to my office is always open. I think you know why it's always open. That was stolen. I'd like that returned as well. Well, it looks like the work of the same man. Since we started the cruise on such a low note, I think it's important that we try to end it on a high note. And to me, there is nothing more impressive in the Navy than a submarine breaking water, to see a bunch of sailors in their dress blues as they come rushing up out of the that hole there, and come to a parade rest, right? This, to me, is one of the... all right, men, I've just been notified that we are surfacing in just a moment, and you might be happy to know that you'll be gazing on the familiar skyline of either New York or Buenos Aires. Dismissed, man, that's all. Thank you. Dismissed. Marvelous. What do you say? Fun. Okay, here's some interesting stuff. Some talk. Let's see. Need to go to Craig's open mic? I agree. It's nice. I think you'll enjoy it. I think Carlos Valencia is at this next one, so I might miss that one. But I'm going to try to make all the ones afterwards. I went to karaoke for the first time in a long time on Thursday. Awesome. What'd you sing? Where'd you go? I love karaoke. She wanted to know the last time I did karaoke. I do karaoke here on the show. That's pretty much where I get my singing buzz. And also I have karaoke parties with my daughter. Not as often as I'd like, but we pick out AJR songs and songs we like, and we take turns singing in the living room. So I haven't been to bar karaoke since I stopped working on ships. But I would do it on the ships about 3 times a day. I love singing. Dad has never gone to karaoke, which is surprising. Tried the Slow Chicago song, Look Away, and it was a flop. I'm sorry about that. I don't know that one. Jim, maybe you could take me out to karaoke for our first date. What do you say? If I sang, it would empty the room. What kind of talk is that? If I had a nickel every time somebody said that about their singing skills, I wonder what you would do with all those nickels. I spin the wheel. What do you say? Ooh, poem. Nice. Meet me in the poetry corner. And Dad said, I never lie. Which is a very, very bold statement. I try really hard not to, but every now and then one slips past the goalie. All right. I've got another poem picked out for you. I think you're going to enjoy it very much. This one is a little bit longer, but it's lovely. It's by one of my favorites. This is called The Way Through the Woods by Rudyard Kipling. It was published in 1910. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago.
Weather and rain have undone it again, and now you would never know there was once a road through the woods before they planted the trees, the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that, where the ring-dove broods and the badgers roll at ease. There was once a road through the woods. Yet, if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools, where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse's feet and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods. But there is no road through the woods. Lovely. That's a good question. Let's go to the chat and talk about it. Yeah, Dad. What hobby or activity brings you joy? We used to play chess. I know you still love watching baseball. Love watching movies, English comedy. Played golf for a while there. None that I can remember. Oh, jeez, Dad. Whew, that's a rough one, man. That is rough. Well, that's all the reading I have for the week, and we're having all the problems with the, I still don't know what to do about that. Try to remember. It's a great question, Shana. Hey, Shana, are we still on tomorrow? We're doing brunch tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day of school, so I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be going home, of course, after this, see the kids, and then tomorrow I will drop the kids off at school, and then I will have brunch with Shana, and then lunch with Debbie if I'm lucky, and then can't make it tomorrow, then I'm going to hang out with Debbie tomorrow, and you pick another day. Any day but Thursday. Let me know. We'll figure it out. Baseball being very good to me. How true that is. Hope you're all right, Dad. Everybody's healthy and happy back home. Charlotte just got a very short haircut. She looks super cute. She looks like Amelia Earhart. And Orion desperately needs a haircut. His hair has gotten this big, and it's slightly comical to me. But I think we got enough here. That was a good show today. I'm going to see if I can't fix it for next time. And thanks for watching. Hey, Shana, have you checked out any other Twitch people yet? We got to get the word out on Twitch. I got to figure out how to do that. We'll Google it or something. We'll ask somebody how to advertise for a Twitch stream. This is fun. We'll talk about it at lunch. I'll text you, Dad. I'll call you at 4. I think that's everybody who's watching, so I'm going to pack it up. I love you guys I love Dad very much. And Shana, it's great to see you. And that was, I care about you. All right. That's, hell. Thanks for watching. Great show next week. And remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself first, then find yourself somebody to love. And then, if you can, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Till next time, we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know, and tell 'em I won't be long. You'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-do. Yeah-da-dee-doo.